Hey guys, it's Aspa here again, and today I'm gonna take you on a small trip to the Necrotic Wake. The idea of this video is to help you get your Keystone Master achievements and progress in general through Mythic Plus content as a Holy Priest. For this video, I played on my Alt Priest, who at the time was like 187 item level. As you can see, I'm quite low on health, only 29k, but I have some good guildies with me, so this is a-okay. It's a plus 14 with Tyrannical, Explosive and Raging, and of course Prideful. But even though it's just a plus 14, this perfectly suits the purpose. First things first, as a Holy Priest, you have an instant cast damaging spell, so you can get these explosions out of the way whenever you can, whenever there's no healing needed. And then if you're Kyrian, like my Alt Priest was at the time, you can use your Owl to activate some Goliaths to get some buffs for your team. Generally speaking, these early pulls are somewhat quite easy. The only thing that can really harm you is the casts from one of the ads here that'll in-cap you, so just make sure that your group is interrupting those casts and you'll be a-okay. As you can see, you can snipe quite a lot of those explosions too. It doesn't get that hectic. Obviously I am also running with a DK tank here, which helps a ton as they have a lot of self-heals. Drain Fluids is by the way the name of the cast. The first thing here is this spear. You should take it with you. And also keep in mind that damage amps also amp the spear, so let's say that the fire mage here took it, he's gonna use the spear when he's combusting to get extra damage out. Soon we're gonna see the first Prideful, but before that we make a small mistake here and we actually pull the Blightbacks and we have to kill them with the Prideful, but I'm running with a good group with a really good tank, so with a little bit of CD usage we get through it quite easily. When it comes to Pridefuls, you want to make sure that your group is staying close to you, so you can hit them all with Sanctify. Obviously with 2 DKs that means that we have 2 EMZs, so make sure that you're using those efficiently. And when you get to, let's say, 10-11 stacks, that's when you want to usually hymn. As you can see here, just when we hit 12 stacks I start divine hymning. You want to get the full hymn out, and to get the healing amp, make sure you get through it. Just to make sure, I'm gonna skip some parts here soon, but there's a few important things here in the beginning still. So here, if you're Kyrian, talk to your Owl, make them reactivate the Golem. Each of you can get the orb here, that'll give you some buffs. There's 2 more of these Goliaths. Do not send your Owl away here, because the second one is just up the stairs. So here, wait, I don't remember who had the spear, but anyway, push the boss, use your lust here, especially on Tyrannical week. If it's a Fortified week and plus 15, you can also lust the first pull, but you need to make a big pull there. And that means you also need to burn a lot of interrupts and CC in general to make sure that none of the Drain Fluids cast go through. But this is a really straightforward boss, not much healing demanded. Just make sure that when a heavy wrench is hitting, if it comes to you, you use DP to make sure you have enough health to take the hit. And then just make sure that you have a Serenity ready to top yourself off, or whoever else takes the hit there. Then we go a little bit forward. These little packs of odds, nothing too fancy. Just make sure you keep sniping those explosives. If it's an explosion week, it's easy for you, especially when there's not too much healing needed. Then here's the second Goliath. After this you can dismiss your Owl. You're gonna use it later on again. Here in the top you can see the little orb. Someone needs to take that, preferably the tank. You can use it on the big pull here on the right side, or that's a very good place to use it. You'll get another one just before the second boss, and you save that for later. These are quite simple packs, nothing fancy. when people are getting high stacks, you can use Mass Dispel here to dispel everybody, but again, keep sniping those explosives. You want your DPS killing them as fast as possible, and there's not much to heal, so just keep sniping the explosives yourselves. You can skip this pack. We have Shroud here, but you can also use Mind Soothe on this guy and then just run from the left and they won't pull. Again, get the spear. So if you're Kyrian, you want to go here to the left, or if you have a Kyrian, so you can get orbs from the Goliath. But what you do on this, if you look at the minimap here, what you do in here is completely up to you. It depends a bit how much percentage you need and from where. There's nothing really interesting here. There's another spear, you should take that, and you should save it. You should save that spear for either the third boss or then the last one even, not on the second one. Another Pride here. Make sure that you're dodging the whatever the spell is. Have your group close to you. Usually you should have someone use their offensive cooldowns on a Pride to make it die faster, especially when you're going to higher keys. Again, someone picks up this one. I think I took it here. Yeah. And one important thing is never let your flash concentration drop off. So I can show you that I build it up here and it doesn't drop off even once. This is again, just need to kill the guy in the middle really quick. That's it. The second orb is behind this golem, so you should take that orb upstairs with you. We actually have one still here. What it does is that it silences people around it and does damage, so you can make a big pull upstairs, which is the hardest one I think in any Mythic Plus in a way. But again, quite straightforward, easy boss. I think I use my spear here, but that's a bit irrelevant. Anyway, dodge stuff on the ground, heal, snipe the explosives, keep everyone topped off. Really simple. Then we get upstairs, and this is, I think, the hardest part in the dungeon. Of course, you can make it really easy for yourself, but it's really time consuming. So you want to have an orb here, because you can pull the entire left side together. So we're doing quite a big pull here. We have the spare parts, we have the pack here, and we have the patrol. But our tank used the orb, so everybody gets silenced for a while. No cost goes through. I get to heal freely. You know, I get a full hymn here. Everything goes well. But this can be a really difficult pull, so I recommend taking it slow unless you have good communication, you know, people in Discord. In a pug, just take it slow here. Quite straightforward again, just regular packs. Deal with them carefully. Stuff hurt, you know, you're on a high key. But there's not a lot of stuff that can one-shot you. If you get targeted by the cleavers, just go behind some other mob. They do friendly fire basically. Another Pride just dies really quickly. We have a assassination rogue who's doing a lot of single target damage. Then a few more packs, clean up the other side. There's a little mistake here where the tank actually dies. I'm gonna show you. Basically it just disappears, goes down. Luckily we have a combat res. They're also casting stuff, so we can get away. Our rogue dies here too. I could have healed him there, didn't. Now he just disappears. But generally speaking, quite clean, crisp so far. But obviously, like I said, I'm playing with my guildies. We're in Discord, constantly communicating. These minions are trash, so during Tyrannical week these are easier. Make sure you cross these cleavers. They do friendly fire, as you can see. Interrupt train fluids. You don't want the incaps. Again, then when you get the fixation, you really need to get the fuck out. It hits hard and the hitbox is really far away. So just run for your life. Don't worry about anything else, basically. Then we get these packs. Nothing crazy, nothing weird. Just get out of the melee when he is mutilating, or the great cleave stuff. That really hurts. Get to the boss. Another pride. We take that to the boss. Get the meat routine. Yeah, and in here, javelin, because you can nuke it before he escapes if you have high enough damage, even on a Tyrannical week. Fixation, get out. As you can see, it almost one-shots our Mythic rating DK, who's got almost 50k HP with buffs, so you really need to be careful. Didn't quite one-face it, not that far away. Then, you know, just make sure you do things properly, time it well, make sure you're in place for the meat hooks. If you get affected, make sure people are topped off, and that's pretty much it. Then we get to the last boss. Especially in Tyrannical, it's really good to have Bloodlust or Time Warp here. For the dispels, make sure that no one is inside the ring. Just use the single dispels. Stay as spread as possible. Move away from this Comet Storm. Just make sure that everybody is moving while it happens, because it really hurts. I think it doesn't. If it doesn't one-shot, it two-shots you. This is it. Frozen Pines, you see Mage blink away. I'm using my boon, so I didn't dispel him instantly. Dispel him now. Just make sure that no one is rooted when Comet Storm comes. During Comet Storm, the only thing you can do is use your instants. So you can put renews up, you can use your holy words, you can even power word shield if someone is about to die. But generally speaking, just refresh your dots on the boss and try to keep people topped all the time, because there comes the times of AoE, and that can start to hurt, especially on higher stacks. But again, this is a really simple boss in the end. Stay away from the bad stuff. Use your cooldowns if you feel like you need to, especially Apotheosis. You can pump a lot of single target heals. Then if there's time and the AoE starts to hurt too much, you can always use Divine Hymn Hero too. Just make sure that you move away from the Comet Storm. That's the noob check basically, and you'll be perfectly fine. I'll show you the end of this boss here, as then I also open up my character options so you can see the item level I have, this priest. So things are actually doable, even with a low item level, as long as you have a good group around you. There's some nice valuable renown, and soon I'm going to open up my character panel. There it is, 188.8 item level, so 210 flash concentration, still 2 blue items, Darkmoon deck, Mana Bound Mirror from normal Castle Nathri, 1500 intellect. But yeah, this was the Necrotic Wake. Hopefully this helps you to push a little bit further, and let me know if you have any questions. Hope you had a good one. Thank you. Ciao ciao.